Hello. Hello everybody. Here we are back. By the way, because of cold, I'm suffering a lot. Really a lot. And because of that thing, today has been just crazy. What can I do, man? When you are actually suffering from sneeze, it's hard to just do the things. So it's been really crazy day. And on top of that, I've been just learning Next.js, and in Next.js I need to learn about next auth and all, and that too gonna be is a kind of something actually I need to take care of. I gotta watch some videos on that. Never mind, I will definitely complete that. Device or resource is busy. ls okay, cd. Let's do one thing, let's close this one completely. And by the way, I just got a comment, sorry for that at that time, like I wasn't really what chats were not on, so because of that thing I couldn't really see. Well, I have one question, this is the answer. Okay, by the way, let's give them a heart, because I have one. I want to learn DSA, but I confused what language I choose with the DSA, Python or C++. Let me just mention this again. If you already know Python, then start with Python, or you can either start with C++ or Java. Simple easy thing. Just texting the person back. If you already know Python, start with Python, or you can start you can either start with C++ or Java. What a grammar I have used over here. You can start, or you can start either with C++ or Java, because we have lots of lectures on YouTube using C++ and Java, so it would be easy to just go with that. So if you already know Python, start with Python, or you can start with either C++ or Java, up to you. And do not ask, yeah, I'm actually suffering a lot. And one more thing, I have to learn about next auth and all. So if I actually want to learn that, that means I will have to spend time learning that, as simple as that. And that is something the most important thing actually. If that's not done, I won't be able to do the other things. So ls, and let's remove Paytm from here. Not Paytm actually. What, I was trying to remove Paytm? Seriously? I have removed everything. Congratulations! I removed my whole app. I was working on the Paytm app. Accidentally I ran the command and that's gone. And guess what? There was no git file. So git status. Everything is gone. What can I do? Okay, never mind. I will have to reinitialize the app, and then I'll have to. I actually wanted to remove everything related to next auth. So remove array of next auth, and my mind is not in my control. I removed the Paytm thing altogether. But that's not a big deal. That will take around 20 minutes or something, and that will be done. So not a problem. As for this Paytm application, I will work on, but just after a while. Paytm, remove rf Paytm. And one more thing, I'll be turning myself off. Like I'll turn the volume off and something, and then I will be going on cd. Alrighty, let's get rid of this thing and let's start focusing on the Next.js part, and let me just play the music in the background.
close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Alright everybody, so here we are back again. I just watched a video on form components and everything went over my head. Literally. Let me try to get the things back in my mind properly, just even I have to read about that. The thing is that form component, it does provide some extra features that is built on top of HTML form elements, but that does not mean that I don't have to read about that. Of course I will have to read about that, so let me try to get the code for that, exactly where that is. So first of all I need to make sure I have that, and then I can continue from here on. So let's try this thing out, and I have to even search that first of all. So let's try to get it. Where can I find that? Oh, it was actions. Turns out that I don't have a code for that, or what? I do have that. It's related to what? I have to check it properly. Let's open this all and then see. Most important thing that I am actually suffering right now, and I'm just barely managing the things. Right, somehow I'm just sitting here and going through the things. Module 3, not this one. Then module 4, out of page. What is happening over here? We are actually making a daily call. Okay, module 5. inside API we have to give the not even this one. Let's talk about module 6. And inside products I have page.t6. Go back forward, even this is not the one. So let's go to module 7, and this is the one that I'm actually looking for, and I have to understand this code. It's actually module 7. Let's close this. Let's copy this module 7 first of all. Oh, sorry, I just forgot to turn the chat display on. I'm just doing that. Just a sec. Projects. I can go to Udemy, React.js, Next.js, and I can actually paste it here, module number 7, and we can go through it. Let me first of all turn this thing on the screen, and then I can continue from here on. So using this I should be okay. ls this server action thing, let's get out of this, and by the way it will be open. Let's cd, and that's gonna be module 7 of course that we have, and let's open this module as well, and using this module I will try to understand the things exactly what's happening and how that thing is actually happening. Let's just simply focus on this particular thing right now. So we have apps over here, image fonts are already here. Let's talk about this thing. Maybe in page.js, just nothing is I think instead of playing the music, it's better to speak, even if it's hard to do that. Okay, by the way, this is something I have to go through on my own. I mean, unless I understand this code, I won't be able to just go for the. So I have to understand it, then I may have to even rebuild this thing on my own. So that is something that I need to keep in mind. By the way, if I actually have a result, have a look at the result. So even let's check this thing out. I have two things. The home page. Wow. Discover amazing products. Well, thank you. What's happening over here? If I click on keyboard, then this comes. Wow. Time to build this. Enter product name. That's gonna be keyboard. KOARD. How about the title and description? What's search it? Okay, if I just select this title only. And one more thing, key. Wow. The thing is that when you actually use Next.js forms, at that time you get suggestions. Amazing thing. So Next.js form is not a normal form. It is built on top of HTML form element. That means it has more features than a normal form actually. So first of all, I had better just simply understand the things, and the next thing that I can do, I can actually rebuild it, because if I don't build it on my own, then it's no use understanding the things. Like this way I will not get anything at all. So the first thing to understand this thing, these are the benefits of using Next.js, like automatic form submission handling. Okay, built-in navigation on submit. I don't know about this, I'll have to go through that. Progressive enhancement works without JS. URL search params, integration, server-side form processing and all. So what I can do right now, let's keep it on the right side, let's keep it on the left side, and let's try to understand the things exactly what are they. Okay, so it's responsive, that's a good thing. The another thing that I have to focus on, that I have this products form. This is the loading thing. Okay, it automatically loads. Like suppose I go to product section, and if it's taking time, so this particular loading thing, loading page will appear. So that's all right, not a big deal. And okay, let's get rid of this. What do I exactly have over here? I have loader2 class getting loader2 icon actually getting from Lucid React, and these are some styling we have over here. Not a big deal. Main thing is over here. Okay, I'll actually have to understand the things one by one. If you actually expect me to understand everything in advance, don't expect that. I'm just learning and I'm stuck over here. Actually, I have to just understand more things about it. And I can do one thing, I can turn the chats on right now. All the day it's like I've been just having a sore throat, so I just managed to go through the things somehow. And now let's see how it's gonna be going on. So what am I doing? First of all, I have a product page, and inside that everything is happening. Product page is, this is ultimately showing me all the products, that is right. And there is this action that I am using, get products. Where am I getting this from? This must be on the top level if I'm not wrong. So we have actions over here. Inside this action we have the forms. Interesting. Keep shining, my friend. Thank you, bro. Means a lot, because today I'm suffering. Actually I have cold right now, so it's so hard to just go through the thing. It's still somehow just going. So thanks a lot for the wishes. So this form thing, first of all I'll have to understand this thing well. This action that I have created over here on the root level, first of all I'm importing it like this, @/actions, and this is how things are imported in Next.js. What am I getting? I'm getting products from there. Okay, what am I doing with those products? Let's check that thing out. First of all, I have this particular function, and inside this I'm getting the search params. Question is, how am I getting these search parameters? Are you a full stack developer? Yes, I'm a full stack developer, and right now I'm learning Next.js. And I thought initially, first of all, Next.js is built on top of React, so it is similar like that, but it has some extended features. It has many extended features, and I never expected those features to be here. Now it doesn't have normal form, it has its own form, and that gives more options. So I gotta know about that. Okay, so what I can do over here, first of all, it's getting these search parameters, and that it's getting in the params. Okay, that means wherever I'm calling this product page, can I directly visit the product page? Yes. That means search param.query and or null, and once I got that, then search params.search type or both. How is this getting this search param over here? How much your salary? I'm a learner. I do not have any salary. Like I don't even have a job. Forget about having a salary. Get products. I'm giving it query. I'm giving it search parameters on the basis of this particular thing. This get products, get the query. and it gets the search type. It can be both as well if I didn't give anything. And on the basis of that, first of all, let's click on this link. What do I get? Wow, control C, control click, cancel that, and let's click here, and ultimately I get these. What do I get? I get created ad, title, description, price, ID, and this is the null option. That's great. How many are there? 20 items are there. Let's get rid of this. What is the next thing? It's hard, seriously. I'm suffering from the sneeze right now. Since yesterday I actually started suffering in the evening. And then I got the response. Ultimately I got all the products. Once I got all the products, I'm first of all fetching them. Once I fetch them, I am actually awaiting the response. I got the products. Once I got the products, what I'm doing? You are too good. Am I? Thank you. I appreciate. Literally, I appreciate from the bottom of my heart. Thanks. If I don't have any search query, or if I don't have any, okay, if search query does not exist, and or if it does equals to this, what's your LinkedIn? Oh, I don't have that. I do have that, but the thing is that somehow got deleted. I don't know why. I'm not able to access that. So I'll have to create a new account on LinkedIn. Last time I was trying to find my own ID, and then I was not able to find that. So this, I think this is the, wow, I got that. How? Huh. Crazy. I think I was trying to view it on another account. Yeah, these are the few things that I built in earlier. What is the ID by the way? I don't even know about it. Where do we get it? That's dependency, but no, this is not the ID. Sorry, I don't operate LinkedIn much. So I do not have that much idea about it. But okay, I was trying to search it on Twitter, but it is actually on LinkedIn. By the way, I should be able to see my profile from here. I hope you must have seen my name already. That's Dipen Singh Patel, etc. This is the URL, by the way. How do we check that? I don't know. But there are few things that I built earlier. I started posting them. Happy marriage life. Happy marriage life. Who got married, man? Seriously? Okay, who got married? I'm not married. By the way, these were some of the things that I built earlier in my past, and well, they were pretty amazing. Then I stopped sharing over them, and I just thought of coming live directly on YouTube. Om Tripathi, ha! Just saw your name right now. I thought, thank you. By the way, if you are congratulating me, I should congratulate you too. I just didn't have a look at the name first. Then I'm looking at the name right now. I got to know you, man. Who are you behind the camera, behind the comments? Okay, let's continue from here on. So I got all the products. I got the search query. The problem is that, or the tricky thing is that, maybe first of all I am getting the search query and search type. On the basis of that thing, what am I doing over here? First of all, I'm getting all my products. Once I got all my products, I'm actually converting my search query to lowercase. That is also fine. Then what am I doing? I'm filtering the products, and I have all the products. And how am I filtering that? I'm getting the product. When I got my product, then product.title.includes query title match, description match. That's great. And then what I'm saying that search type. What is the search type? Whether that's equals to title, that's equals to description, or that's equals to both. Interesting. If that's equals to title, so I'm returning title match. Just a sec. The title match is gonna mean the products. Okay. If that's equals to description, I'm returning description match. If that's equals to both, so I'm returning both. Amazing code, yaar. I mean, it's not written by me, but whoever wrote, actually the teacher wrote. Writing way is amazing. The way he had just managed all the edge cases. But never mind, I'm suffering right now, so can't really even appreciate much. And then what am I checking? This is the create user form data, and form data is equal to get name. Where am I using this? Am I using it somewhere? I'm not using it anywhere, so I must be using it somewhere anyway. And what am I doing at the end of the day? I'm just simply printing the name. Form data dot get name. Where is this from data coming? This is the server side action thing. Oh my god. Got it. I just learned about server few days ago. What is happening over here? We can create server actions, and inside server actions, if the server action is created, so we will get the form data over here, and once we get the form data, we can directly get it, like use it. This is not needed over here, so I can comment it, but yeah, this is how server action works. And this particular get products, this is not a server action, rather this is just simple function. I just expect, because it simply fetches the response. Once it gets the product, with the help of the query, it simply returns with the result. Okay, by the way, the upper function was just for no reason. I mean, that is not needed over here. If I go to my products and page, so main question is this, that search params inside products, how am I getting it here? This is definitely be coming from the form, so let's even look at the form. But once I got my search params, I got all my products. Once I got all my products, what am I doing over here? Const format date string. Now where am I getting this date string from? Okay, this is just a function. This is just a function again. Let's check the things out over here. Wow, so much code. Wow. Are you kidding me? Really? Am I supposed to understand this much? Let's understand the code. First of all, we have top level div. Inside that we have this div, then we have this div, then we have this div. And this is the home page. That means this is the page that I'm talking about. So this is the code of this particular page. Let's try to understand exactly what it does. First of all, we have header with search info. That means this is the header with the search info, like this one. Let's see. Take a sigh of relief, because we have to understand this code. First of all, BG gray border. Okay, I'm not worried about that. Styling is okay. And then this, then this, then this. So ultimately, what do I have over here? I have this link thing. What do I have inside this link? I have new search. I think this particular section belongs to products. So let's go to products and understand this. First, slash products, that is it. Search it. Okay, so here we are. So this is the thing. This left side code belongs to this particular page, and try to understand now. So first of all, I have this top level div. Simply, even before that, I have this div that simply gives the minimum height, BG gray, text white. That's okay. Then we have this headers related thing. Then we have this main page, and then something else or the other. Inside this header, what do I have? MX auto simply brings it in the middle. PX, alright. Basic error border and all. Okay. Then I have this div. Inside this div, everything is contained. And then if I actually have a look at this, so product catalog, discover over 20 of unique products, and then new search. Okay. So if I click on new search, I come here. New search is over here. That's okay. Products catalog, where is that mentioned over here? Can I hover over it? I just click that. Search results for. Do I have that over here? Let's make it bigger. Total products are 20. It's simply counting that. That's alright. Okay. I think I got married with the coding itself. That's it. Nothing else. I have this search icon. From where? This comes from Lucid React. The bigger question is that header with search info. Search icon I have. I'm not even hiding that. Then this is the paragraph that I have, and it's simply saying that search result for. Okay. If I actually go back and start searching, suppose I search the keyboard over here, search it. Wow. Then I'm getting that search results for keyboard, found 3 matching results. And then this is the search for keyboard title and description. AI generated UI. I don't know whether this is AI generated UI or not. This is the code that I've been given. Now I have to understand this code and I have to rebuild. First of all, I have to understand how the things are working. So these things, the query. If the query exists, only in that case this is going to be visible. So let's product catalog is already here. One comment over here, visible if there's query. At least this way I will be able to just keep the things in my mind. So this particular section will be visible only when there is a query. First thing is this, done. Then this particular section, if there is a query, then what it will say, that it will say found 3 matching options. So this will also be visible when there is a query. So not that particular section, rather the section that's inside this, visible when there's a query. Otherwise this will not be visible. So at least now I got the condition. So this is the div, query result, query heading result. So just making the comment so that I can understand the stuff and all. Okay, what is the next thing? If I just reload the page without the query, that means if I don't give any query over here, that means if I remove the query, I have so many things over there. So from the query I will be removing this much from here. Let's remove it. Just search products, and this time I will get all the products and I will not get any query. That means I'm just simply getting that catalog that is there. Are you doing any course or self-learning? Of course I'm doing course, and from the course only I just got this code, massive code. Now the teacher simply went through the code really quick. I didn't get anything. Then I downloaded the code and now I have to understand. Product catalog, this, and heading is this. Header. That's interesting. Plus product log. Catalog. This particular section is done. Let's talk about this one, and this is the simple new search button. If I click on it, it simply redirects me to the home page, and then there's just styling. I'm not worried about styling. I can style it the way I want, so that doesn't matter. But inside this I have these two things. I have span and I have arrow left. Which course? So that's a Udemy course actually. A Udemy course on by Hitesh, of course. I hope you know that. Hitesh, what is the full name? I don't know. Hitesh is you can search Hitesh on Udemy. You can get at cheaper prices. That is a React and a Next.js course, but I'm just learning Next.js from that course because I already know React. So yeah, from there only I'm learning. You can search on Udemy. You will find that. So this thing is done, and after this particular thing, then I have product grid. And what do I have in this product grid? First of all, again, show search info if there is a query, and then I will be showing that. Otherwise, what will I say? Inside that, if there is a query, I am showing what? If there is a query, I am showing this particular thing. Let's get a query over here. Product/1 maybe. What will I get? I'm not gonna get anything. Let's go back. Let's click on chai or code. Yeah, that's right. So he launched the course like a while ago on React.js and Next.js. Quite cheap. It's on Udemy. You can just use coupons code and you can get it for $399 or something, even less than that price. Then searching for keyword in title. So search info if there's a query. What can I do over here? First of all, I'm getting the icon. Once I got the icon, I'm just simply showing this message, search for this query in this particular thing, and search type. If that's both, then title and description. Otherwise, I'm simply giving the search type. That's right. Amazing. That's also good. this particular thing is being shown. I don't know how he created this, but this code is amazing. That is why I want to just rebuild the same thing. Doesn't matter how long time it takes, because there's a lot to learn this from this particular project. It is really a mini one, but it has so many features inside it. Then once this particular section is done, then I'm gonna be talking about grid over here. So this is the overall grid, and then this is the last. Okay, even before that I have something. What am I showing here? I'm showing just all the products, and the grid columns, I'm using grid over here. That's great. Then I'm just getting all the products. Then I got the product ID, and once I got the product ID, what am I showing over here? Let's search for new search, title and description. Just search. Okay, keyboard. Okay, so I'm just getting the products right now. And once I'm getting the products, so first of all I'm showing the, it's bad. What is this due for? In absolute insert 0 bg grade 600 group over 200. Is it? Wow, maybe the I generated or the teacher generated, I don't know, but it's good. By the way, how many things I have here? I have the title, I have the description, I have the date, and I have the ID. What about this first div? What does this do? Let's talk about the second one. The second div simply shows me the package. What is this package? This comes from somewhere, Lucid React. Okay, and inside that is just a package. That is the icon, if I'm not wrong, from the Lucid React. Let's check that thing out as well. Lucid React icons, package package. Well, this is the package that he's actually using. So that's the icon that is mentioned over here. Great. Whenever I hover over that, this is mainly used for hovering thing. I think group hover. I'm actually creating a group. So where is that group? Group hover bg. That group must be somewhere. Okay, so this is the group class. That means it groups all the classes just below it. And whenever I say group hover, so this group hover will be on this particular thing. So I made this class a group, and whenever I say group hover, that means the style will be applied on this particular class, and this is how I can go ahead. So whenever I'm saying group hover bg grade 600 by 30, that means doesn't matter where I just hover over, ultimately the top class will be highlighted or dynamically changed. So this particular thing is great. Group hover. What if I just remove it? What will happen? Nothing will happen. Okay, this is all about design, so I don't need to worry about that much anyway. Even without this it works, so I don't know why he actually added this. What is the use of having this div over here? Never mind. Continue. Then I have price badge. So price badge. Okay, this is the price badge that he is showing. That must be absolute top right. Yeah, that's right. This is how he's showing that. So ultimately this much is done. This is the first div that he had in the product, and then this is the second div containing the title, containing the description, containing the meta information, and that meta information is the calendar first of all. And okay, after that format date. He has a function called format date. Where does he have that? He has that just on the top of that. So I just simply get the string, date string, and then new date. I provide the string. Sorry, just suffering from sneeze right now. So new date, I got it. Then I'm converting into local date in US. Okay, these are the options that I'm giving it. If I don't give it, it will automatically convert them, but okay, I'm giving it. That is a good thing. Year, numeric, month, day, hour, minute, and all. That's good stuff. And I converted it, formatted the date. Once I formatted the date, that I'm showing the ID. So ID is gonna be like this, and even I'm giving the $sign over here. That's great. And lastly, I have this view details button. View details button. If I click on it, what will happen? Nothing will happen. I thought even something is remaining yet, but when I build this, I will definitely add this particular option as well. Yeah, why can't I? I will rebuild this website. There are many features. width full, hover, BG blue, text transition, all duration, this over scale, this much, active scale, this much. Okay, this thing is done, and then that is it. So ultimately this is the grid section, that's done. Lastly I have my footer, that should be easy peasy. So even this particular section is going to be visible when I have a query. If I don't have a query, I will be showing this particular section. So there are two parts of it. So if I have a query, then I will be showing this section. That means I will be showing the search results for products.length otherwise 0. That's great. Then even I'm giving an option to view all the products. It will redirect me to the home page. And if I don't have any query, in that case it will give me total products and products.length.0. okay, so if I actually don't have any query, so if I don't have any query, I don't get any pop-up over here. I get a simple message. I get these things simply, and even at the bottom I am getting simple total products 20. So these are the designs that he is working on with quite now it's understandable. That means it's not too difficult to make it, it is possible to make it, and I will make it. But even before that, even this thing is amazing, like things are actually responsive over here, and that is a really good thing. What is the next thing that I can do? The next thing is that first of all, understand how the things are working. I understood this particular part, that's great. And this is the grid system over here. So ultimately not even that, but yes, these are the products. Rather I will say all the products. So what is this doing over here? If there are no products, then I will be getting this particular message, empty state, and these are the products. So grid for products, as simple as that. This is the that is just the top message that we get, products grid, that's okay. And if there are no products, then I will be, if there are no products and there is query, so I will be showing that, otherwise I will be showing this. If there's query and there is no products, then no product found, and paragraph is gonna be no products found for this particular query, and giving this search option, try a new search, and redirecting it to the main page. Great job. Over here, if there is no query and no product found, in that case I'm simply saying no product found, check back later for new products. Okay, not bad. That means, and if I say simply that products are here, right? So the products I'm getting from here, const products, that's gonna be empty array. Let's make it let, and let's make it just products. At the time I'm getting this, no products found, that is only in this particular situation I get no products found, check back later for new products, as simple as that. If there are actually products by default, so you will not be getting this message, rather you will be getting all the products. So these are the products that I'm getting. Okay, but this was not the issue. Over here we are just simply formatting the things based on the query. We are just showing the result, conditional results. That's not a problematic thing. The problematic thing is the form. How does the form work over here? This much is okay. When I go to the page, I get it. How do I get search params? Based on my learning so far, if I just go through my notes, and this is a client side rendered, server side rendered form. On the server side rendered form, how do we get that? Hooks, client params, query params. Okay, so this is the thing. Search params, request next URL search params. This is for the backend side. So this is how we get search parameters on the backend side, on the Next.js backend side. So this is not gonna work over here, that is for sure. Then there are some hooks, and I can get search parameters, but this is for the client side. That means even this thing is not gonna work over here. I get it, but this thing happens on the client side. But the thing is that the page that I'm on right now, that is the server side rendered page. This particular page that I have, this is not a client side rendered page, other a server side rendered page. So the question is, if I just write search params over here, will I get the search params directly? And what I'm saying, search params is equal to query. What is the query that I'm actually giving over here? Search new pages. Let's simply write keyboard over here, or I can just, the thing is that let's write gold. So query is equal to gold and search type is equal to both. Like search type is the title or the description, query is the gold. So I am getting both the things from where? From the search params itself. That means if that is a server side rendered page or the client page, I can get all these things directly here. Let's try this thing out. Is this even possible? Like suppose I have this code over here, this code, and what I want to do over here, the simple thing, I already have these products, I already have page.tsx. It's simply telling me that let's get the search queries, queries. I hope what is the right way? Let's check that thing out. Not search queries, search params, search parameters. Okay, so I'm getting parameters over here, and the type of the parameters is gonna be what? I got my search parameters, that is a JS file, so that is okay. But that is actually going to be an object, and that will have some type in it. I'm getting query and I'm getting search type from the search params. So okay, gonna be great. First of all, I'm making it type. I'm giving it type any for now. I will later change it. And once I have done that, what I want to do, that const, suppose I gonna give it the name, and how it's working, search params dot name. I think this is how it's working over there. And if I wanna get my age, so age is gonna be search params dot age. This is what I want to get. But the question is that I don't want to use any query parameters on the. Interesting. Let's check this thing out. Let's even run it. First of all, whether I get it or not. Cd exit it first of all. Exit. Okay, let's run this thing. npm run dev. I hope I never learnt it. The thing is that I know how you can get the query parameters on the backend side on Next.js. I also know how you can get the query parameters on the client side. Over there you use hooks, so there is something called use search params, you use that. But on server rendered page, server side rendered component and all, this is gonna be something interesting. Let's click on this, and I will actually console these things. So clg age and clg name and age. What the hell? Never mind. Let's inspect it. Go to this thing. Let's go to the products page right now, /products. What am I going to get over here? I'm not getting anything. That's good. And two issues are here. The issue is simple, that only format server side undefined. Both of them are undefined right now. That is completely fine. If I give it the params right now, query parameters, and that's gonna be name is equal to Vipendra, VIPENDRA, and age is equal to suppose 23, and it is still undefined. Why? Query or empty string, this or both. Where is this coming from? Let's go to the main page and see, is there something inside there? Something that I think that is just a sec, one more thing. This page that I have, this page is a normal page. Here I am getting this. So the main question is, why am I getting such parameters? And I can even search few things. Search params in SSR SSR Next.js. Okay, use search params. This happens on the client side. This is a hook. I can only use it on client side, so use client. So this will work only in that particular case. That means it will not work on server side rendered pages. And why do we even need that? How can I use params layout in with SSR? Really? Use search params. This is the client page. Okay, I think form has some role to play in this. So let's go to the form and check this code out as well. So this is the main home page, the form page ultimately. If I show you that, so that is this page, new search. So this page I'm going to be on right now. Let's keep it on the right side and start going through it. So first of all, I have come on here, I can keep it on the right side, can't I? Left side actually, like this, and now I can go through the code. So first of all, I have this hero section, like this is the top one, and inside that I have this discover amazing products. Then I have a search through this particular paragraph over here. So let's get rid of this. And then I have this sparkle. So ultimately this is it. This is how it goes on right here. So this much. Let's comment collapse this over here. Then I have this particular form section. So search form using Next.js form component. Over here we are using form component. So I have this search param, and again design and all, don't worry about that. Design is pretty simple. We have this h2 first of all, then we have this particular section, the form from the Next.js itself. Okay, and lastly I have this benefits explanation. This is the benefit explanation section code that is here, and at the end of the day I have some query search examples, and then it gets over. Okay, so let's check the form thing. Remaining things are okay. When it comes to form, so it takes products as action. I think because of this thing I'm able to get query parameters over there. First of all, I'm suffering from sneeze. I need to keep that thing in mind. So in action, I'm actually giving the products, and products is that particular URL. Okay. And these are the things that I have inside the form. First one is the search input. I have this label, yeah. Then I have this particular search input, search icon, and the input ID is query, name is query, and enter required and all, so that is fine. And then there are some extra paragraph. There's some extra paragraph just for example. Okay, so this thing is done right now. Then I have a search filter option. This must be select, yeah, that is. So this is the label, then this is the select, and I have some options over here, and they have the value. These are the values that they have, and the name is the search type. The name will have the value, that is good. So this thing is also done. The thing is that the input also has name and value, select also has name and value, and then we have this button. Inside this button, first of all the icon, and then this type is submit, and that is it, done. So we have a simple form, and then inside this I have some benefits. I'm just designing them, so that's again nothing to worry about. Lastly I have these things, gold, concrete and all. What? So first of all, I have these many strings in the array, and then I'm simply mapping through them, and once I'm mapping through them, again I have a form. Key is equal to term, action is equal to products. Again I will be going to the products only. Key term, that is okay, the key is important, so that's okay. And once I have these, then these are the inputs, and the thing is that when it comes to those inputs, so this is the first input, that is hidden, query, value to lowercase. Why is this hidden? And this is the second input, that is also hidden, and value both. That means there's gonna be first query, that's gonna be first input, and the value is gonna be the value of the particular what I can say term, and that will be hidden, so that whenever I click on button, these two input values get sent to the products by default. So the term is getting sent by default and the both section is getting sent by default. That is why we have it over here. And lastly I have button, and as soon as I click on the button, the values of the input boxes also get sent. And as I'm using action product over here, because of this thing only I'm getting this search params over here. So because I am this product path is the action of that particular form, and because of that thing I'm getting all these search parameters, and these search parameters are coming here, they are accessible here because these are the values of the input boxes. So search params.query, search params.type, these are the values. But one more question, that if I just click on submit over here, then they get, they become the part of the URL. Why is that happening? If I clicked on this right now, so query is the keyboard, search type is the title, and that is the part of the URL. Why is this even so? Does that mean whenever I click on any form, it will automatically become the part of that? Yes. If I give it this just the action, first of all it will redirect me to the form page, product page, and not only that, any input that I have inside it, that will become the query parameters in the URL. High possibility of it. Let's go to the form thing. Form component, it's time to read it. I've gone through that enough. The form component extends the HTML form element to provide prefetching. The form component extends the HTML form element, that is right, to provide prefetching of loading UI, client-side navigation on submission, and progressive enhancement. Client-side navigation, that is okay, it will navigate on submission. Progressive enhancement, few things are like completely new. It's useful for forms that update URL. Wow, it's useful for forms that update URL search params, as it reduces the boilerplate code needed to achieve that above. Okay. Why didn't I read earlier? I was just using my own brain to just understand the things. So I have this form over here, I'm getting this search parameters. Inside this I have this name, first input box, and then I have this submit box. As soon as I click this button, the page will be submitted. It will redirect me to the search page, and the query that we have, this, the value of this will become the query parameters in the URL automatically. So on submission, the input value will be appended to the URL. For example, such query. Oh my god. What a fool I am, seriously. I should have gone through the documentation first. I was going through the code, understanding how it works. Why didn't I read it earlier? A reference. The behavior of the form component depends on whether action prop is passed as a string or a function. Action, yeah, that's right. I can actually give a function to the action, and the data will be accessible inside the function. And if I give it a string, so it will redirect me to that string, and the value will be accessible over there as well. What I mean over here, that there is something called server action. So if I actually learned it just yesterday. So the thing is that when it comes to this, so this is the form I have, and having said that, I am giving it a function over here, create user, and when I give it, this is of course use server action. So if I give it a function, so I'm able to get the value of the inputs inside that particular function. And if I give it any path, like any string, so it will redirect me to that particular string and I will be able to get the values of the input boxes and all. Interesting, easy to understand at least now. Slowly. Okay, when action is a string, behaves like a native HTML form that uses a get method. That form data is encoded into the URL as search params. The form data is encoded into the URL as search params, and when the form is submitted, it navigates to the specific URL. In addition, Next.js prefetches the path when the form becomes visible. prefetches the path when the form becomes visible. The preloads a shared UI, for example layout.js or loading.js, resulting in faster navigation. Performs a client-side navigation instead of a full page reload. Okay, when the form is submitted, this retains the shared UI and client-side state. The thing is that we have action in a normal form, so form element mdn. So normal form actually takes this thing. Can't I? If there is a normal form, it gets the input, and then it gets the action, it gets the method. So method is get over here, that is okay. Method can actually be post, and once the method is post, I'm actually posting the values, and action is null. That's great. If I just scroll below, I'm getting another one over. Method is get over here label from form which will send get request to the current URL. The question is, I used these forms when I was learning HTML long time ago. Method is post over here, and as soon as I click, I get the data, and I have to encode that data. That is right. And when I encode that data, then something happens. That means they don't actually become the part of the URL. Do they become the part of URL? Do they become the part of URL? I forgot this thing. Let's create a normal HTML page. As I have forgotten it, so why not? I know how to get a form, at least. What I want over here. Simple thing. Just a normal index.html file. Index.html file. A normal simple boilerplate. It's been don't know how many months since I wrote this code. So this thing is done. What is the next thing? Next thing is simple get a form over here. That form may be this. Not a problem. Any form. So I got my form over here. And let's render it right now. Go live. I'm getting this thing over here. Let's write Dipendra over here, Achal over here. Click on save. The page isn't working right now. Okay, that's right. I just submitted. There is no action. Action is going to be equals to slash what? If I just now click on it, okay, it doesn't go anywhere. If I give it action slash hi, it will go to that hi. Reload the page. Any name, click on save, and then hi gets appended. Hi gets appended. That's right, and it will redirect me over there. So if I have hi page, that hi page will be visible, and this is how I can go ahead. Over here, I can actually provide the URL of my backend, I think, and then it will give me the request over there. I think this is how it happens. And then once I got that, I can get the data from here by encoding the data and all, and then I can use the data and send the response back. Simple thing. HTML form element something this much. Let's go through some more examples. Okay, these things are all right. Form element to try it yourself. Let's try this thing. So we have a form over here. We have action page.php. So that particular PHP will be shown. So let's submit name. Hi, click on submit, and this PHP comes here, and this is the magic of the action that I am using over here. So it simply redirects me to that particular page. That's right. Long time ago, I created an Airbnb website. Let's go through the code of that, because I am using these HTML things over there. Web Airbnb. over here what I'm doing that I will go inside views, then I will go to users, then I will go to sign up.ejs. What I have over here, bad. So I have a form, and come on yaar, can't you be just quiet for a while? I have a form, action is equal to slash sign up, method is equal to post, and needs validation. Forget about this. These are the two important things. Okay, I have slash sign up, it will redirect me to slash sign up page. And how can I forget these things here? Seriously, I am here learning about Next.js and all. I forgot the basic things. Similarly, here it redirects me to the login page. The method is the post. Simple thing. If it redirects me to the login page, where will I get the page? Then I must be getting it in the routes. So I have routes over here. I have user.js. Then I have this sign up. I have this and this. Ultimately, both the things are running on the same application. That's right. Does that mean once I click on the submit button, it redirects me here, because the front end as well as the back end, both of them are running on the same URL. So slash sign up is enough to just render, send me on that particular path. And once I'm here, if that is a get request, I will render the sign up form. Otherwise, if that is a post request, so user.controller.signup. Wow. So I'm coming here to the sign up route, and once that is a sign up route, I will check whether that is a get request or not. If that is a get request, to get that, I'm simply rendering that render sign up form, and that particular form is being rendered. And if that is a post request, at that time I'm actually going to that particular controller and signing up the value. While signing up, it will contain the data and all, so I'm signing it up. Interesting. That means I need to take time out and just go through the previous stuff, understand how the things work and all. But yeah, so far so good. Ultimately, both of them are running on the same port, so they are able to talk to each other just by using this path route. Okay, and same thing is happening with this one too. What else can I do over here? Suppose when I send a request, if I am sending any request from postman side, postman, I created a backend, okay, and that backend is running on some port, and whenever I click on, I send a request, I get the data over here, right? So what I'm saying is this, that let's create a backend and run something over there. Let's get rid of it. Overall idea is clear. I can delete it, can't I? Index.html, where is that? Here it is. Okay, and what I want, that first of all, let's create a server that's actually running right now and gives us some result. Or instead of creating that, action will redirect me to that particular page. That is right. Same thing is happening over here. Whenever I say action/products, so it simply redirects me to that particular page, and as that page is already online, so I get the result, and whatever the values we have over here, they simply get the query, becomes the query parameters. Just a sec. Okay, let's go on. One thing I want to do before anything else. What is that? Simple thing. Projects, and then where do I have to go now? Projects, why me not this one? I had that Airbnb code somewhere. Where could I have that? don't really have that. The bigger problem is that I don't know where that is. That Airbnb code, where could I have that? Or I have deleted that by mistake. High possibility. This is the only thing remaining, that I deleted my own code. And guess what? Yes, I deleted that. I deleted my code. I have that on GitHub, so I can just clone that repository anytime. That's not a big problem. But auth by me, I actually deleted that seriously. AIML, I don't have that thing over here. Authentication, forget about this dot batch. No chance. No chance. Projects by me, no chance to have that over here. No chance. Over here. Python by Angela. Over here I will have Angela mems sections. Yeah. Web by Angela. Superb. So let's name it over here. One more project. Airbnb. Name it web Airbnb. Okay, let's get that back. From where? From GitHub, of course. This is the code, right? Repositories. Draw app, to do app, BMS, Next.js, CI/CD. Just working projects, thought like that. Plus, Airbnb. I think this was something made by me. So what I can do? Copy it. Copy ultimately, clone it. So why do I even clone? Why am I even cloning it? Simple, because I want understanding everything that happens in the form side. Git clone. Even though I built it, I forgotten it. This is it. CD web Airbnb. Open this particular thing. One more thing, I do not have a sample env file, so I'll have to go through it all, and I will have to generate the sample env file. Come on, this was my biggest mistake. But I think if I go to render, I must have that deployed over there. So let's go to render. I deployed it over here only, so I will have the environment variables to sign up with GitHub. Over here I have this express digi, not really this one, Delta project, Tailwind post, Delta project. What does this mean? Do I have more? Those feedback, yeah. E-commerce to do, front end e-com, chat, burn. How about this one? What does this do? Delta project. If I actually go to settings, Delta project, and that's the name directly. Do I have something called Delta project over here? Click on install and Delta. Or have I deleted that? I do not have, right? So why do I have this thing over here? Render. What will this give me? Oh, I do have that. And what is this all about? This is about that only, the Airbnb. Why did I name it this? Never mind. The region could have been anything. So if I actually have this Delta project over there, what is the difference between this mainly? When was this even pushed over there? When did I push it? It was pushed last year. Okay. And how about this one? Baby Airbnb. It was pushed 8 months ago. That means it was created by me. This wasn't created by me. But having said that, if I go to environment variables, I have these environment variables over here. Amazing. I can just copy and paste the stuff. What else? I can export them. Download copy environment variables. That's amazing. What I can do next, that I can go here. I can create a .env file. I will paste this. Wow. So what all I have? Cloud secret, cloud name, map token. These are the things. Never mind. The backend URL. I created it long time ago. It was created 8 months back or something. I don't even know how many of these things are active. So let's do one thing. I will not use this backend actually right now. Get rid of this. Cloud key and all, I'm not even sure whether they are correct ones or not. Like I did, I can go to Mapbox and refresh the case. Mapbox. These are old friends. Once I was working with these ones. Never expected that while learning Next.js, I will come back to Airbnb. I will go through all my code. I will understand it all. I will just go through these websites and all. I will refresh. Never. These were not in the plan. Never ever thought of it. But never mind. It's good time to just go through all these things. What are you asking me to do? I wanna log in because I already have an account. Username, password. I forgot. Email, I think this was the email, and password, let me guess. Wrong, thank you. How can I remember it? Something that I did 8 months back. Forgot your password. Enter the email. Reset your password. Thank you for sending me the email. Gmail. Didn't I get that yet? Spam. There. Wow. I should be getting that. Wow, I didn't get that. Interesting. What was the message here? Or probably I didn't have account on this particular email. An email is on with the instructions. If you do not read the email, check that email address is correct. Check. Okay. Okay, let's just have a guess. Like, I hope these credentials are correct. If they are not, I will have to. I don't remember the email ID even. Which email ID I actually used over there. Okay, let's do one thing. Search over here. Mapbox. I don't have any message from the Mapbox. That means I didn't use this one. So which one did I use it? This one. If I used that, I must have Mapbox. This was the ID that was used. I think so. That is why I'm getting all these options. But the thing is that this is completely full. I will not even get any email over here. I hope that the password I will be able to guess. Even the 999, that's gonna be 917. And password is, let's guess. Wow! Welcome back, everybody. We have guessed the right password. Okay, here we are. And what? How did I create the things earlier? This was the token that I created, PW and all, a year ago. and PW, yeah, that's the same token that I'm using. So map token is this, secret is my super secret code, forget about this. Cloud name, these are for Cloudnary if I'm not wrong, because I'm saving the things over there. Let's refresh it, is what it was created a year ago. Refresh default access token, the refreshing default public will delete the current default token. If I want to delete the previous ones. This token has not been used in 30 last days. This action cannot be undone. It will permanently delete your token. Let's not delete that yet. I mean, I can do that, but I'm happy with this one as well. This is just a token, so I don't need to worry about that. Okay, and let's get rid of this. One more thing, URL. That's gonna be MongoDB. I hope this is how it's written. Localhost 527017. What? @ no. MongoDB URL. MongoDB compass. Let's see what kind of URL do we get from there. I hope that's gonna open. Thank you. And MongoDB. Copy the URL. Connection string. Let's paste it over here and correct the remaining things. Well, I was right, yeah. Come on. And then it's gonna be Airbnb database. And that is it. I will be using it locally, and let's see how it's gonna be going on. Having said that, ls web Airbnb. That's great. One more thing, Docker ps. Which one is running? Docker DB is running. I have to start the Mongo as well. So Docker ps for all. Process status ultimately. Docker start MongoDB. The thing is that right now I cannot really rebuild that Airbnb application, but I can definitely go through the code and all and understand the stuff how that's happening, because again, that's easy. I did it 8 months back. Now I'm at another level, at least a little bit better, not that much then. So definitely I can understand this stuff. But the thing is that here I'm not using React, I'm not using even Next.js, I'm just simply using EJS. That is used, that is something. What is the full form of EJS? Full form of EJS. Embedded JavaScript templates. Ultimately, you can embed your HTML code with the JavaScript, and you can directly you can directly get your result over there. Okay, npm install. One more thing, node. Few things are new over here, like npm upgrade node. Can I do that? npm run dev. Wow. ls missing dev package.json. Interesting. Map box. Okay, I have this connect flash and all. So what all I have? I am using Cloudnary connect flash for showing the messages, the pop-ups and all. Connect to MongoDB to connect to the Mongo database. .env. Okay, EJS made. What is this used for? Expression, that is okay. GUI method override for overriding the method. Mongoose multi storage Cloudnary helps with the Cloudnary passport local array path. Why am I not able to run it? And why is there no script? This is a normal project. Okay. To run this, I should be running app.js directly. So can I run app.js directly? Just check this thing. Node on app.js, and congratulations, it's running. Just a sec, give me a moment. The thing is that in further coming days I'm gonna be suffering from sneeze more and more, because of course sneeze never goes away as quickly as it comes. Okay, so this is running. I can check the things on 3000 port and let's see how is the result. Localhost 3000. Here we are. Wow, we are back. Old memories came back again. Airbnb your home. Let's sign up. Demo @gmail.com. Password. That's gonna be demo. Password. Sign up. Welcome back, everybody. I was supposed to add many things, many features, but I never added. Maybe this time I will add it. I will add more features, and then I'll publish it again. The best thing is that this is actually using EJS. It's neither using React nor using Next.js. It's actually built using embedded EJS, embedded JavaScript. S means script. Embedded JavaScript. Forget about that. I just searched the full form and I forgot. Better know the full form if it is embedded JavaScript templates. So embedded JavaScript EJS is a fast and popular templating language for Node.js that lets you write dynamic HTML with plain JavaScript directly in your files. That means in your backend you can create EJS files and you can just share the data here and there and done. The good thing is that I will be working on that. Okay, so this much I have created. By the way, let's create some form and then what the hell is this? The thing is that once I have signed up, so I should not be seeing these options. So sign up and log in. But if I'm saying them, that means okay, I'll fix it. There should be logout button, not signing in, sign up. New title, description, new description, choose file. I can choose any file. Too bad, yeah. 1500. Oh, whatever. India. Jaipur, Rajasthan. Edit. Well, it's added. That means Cloudinary URL is already working. Let's click on this. I'm able to see this. Wow, this is also working. Amazing. Great place to visit. Not bad actually. I've done quite good job. One problem. What is the problem? First of all, I'm already getting that. I can add more ones. The thing is that I'm already logged in, right? When I'm logged in, why am I getting this login and sign up? Am I crazy or something? This is the mistake of mine. Let's go here. And what I can do, if I click on this, well, 80% GST, it gets added. Let's add one more, then I will start working on that. Airbnb your home. Airbnb your home. Simply that's it, okay? New. Anything, just anything. Anything, choose file. This time I'll be choosing what? What can I choose? I don't have pictures here. Let's go to pictures, screenshots. I don't even them. This one I can. Let's upload this one only. The another one. Okay. Let's use this. Add it. And now I have the another one. 2 challenges. I can click on it, I can edit it, and I should be getting the previous. Yeah, I'm getting that. I can re-upload a new photo and all. I can make it 3400. I can click on edit, and it's edited. Let's click on explore, and I have these things over here. First issue is that I'm getting this login and sign up. What? Bad. What is the next thing? At plus db URL. At plus db URL. Okay. App listen port, and this is the handler. Really easy, like the most easy ones. Okay, never mind. For all, page not found. That's great. And then what is this? Test listing, whatever. I have this listing router, listing ID reviews, and this for / use router. Why don't I keep it at the top? Because if I keep it at the top, the first one, yeah, it will receive the first request. That's right. So let's go with this much only. Let's click on this listing router. Inside this listing router, one more thing, everything is running on the same one. One more thing, I can have one thing, this thing, and let's edit it. Not this one, actually this one. Earlier I didn't know this, but now I know it, right? Dev is gonna be equals to node. Let's make it node mon, and app.js, something like this. Let's stop it now. npm runtime. Yeah, we are good to go, and it's on. And schema.js. Wow, using joy over here. Interesting. Module.exports and all. Then I have listing schema, I have review schema. These are the two schemas I have. This is which schema is this? Module.exports listing. Listing UI object. That's great. I was having listing inside that, and then I started sending them separately. That's completely up to me. This is how I have made them, but that is also possible. I have something called middleware.js. How many middlewares I have? First of all, is logged in. Second, save a redirect URL. Is owner. Is a review author. Is a validate listing. Is what does the first one do? First, one more thing. I have a comment here. Passport automatically removes the info of the session when we get a successful login. Session means if you have saved something in the request, then everything will be erased from there if the login is successful. That's why the value of the request.session.redirect URL is going to be undefined by the time we need to use it. So let's create a middleware and save it in response.local so that we can access it later. Simple. Passport removes it, so we are just simply it in the local storage, local response.locals. Response.locals is accessible everywhere. So if you are sending the response, it will be accessible everywhere. So even I will be using that. By the way, the first one simply is logged in. Simply checks whether the user is authenticated or not. So ultimately request.authenticated, and if the user is authenticated, then this will run. And if the user is authenticated, we will be allowed to go ahead. And if it is not authenticated, then this particular thing will happen. What will happen over here? Request.session.redirect URL. First of all, request.url, original URL. When we ask the user to log in while using the website, so this original URL is the URL of the page that we are in right now. For example, if I'm on this page, if I inspect, if I go here, and if I say request dot, that should not be the case over here. Let's see, original. I will not get it over here. First of all, I need to have a request for that. there is no request over here, so that is the thing. And for getting the request, how do we get the request? We need to create a form, like we have to have a backend. Over there we get the request and etc. all these things. By the way, by using URL and all, I can get the current URL that the request came from, and then I can save it in the redirect URL. Redirect, really spelling. That is why that I'm using now spelling checker, so that I'm writing it right. Then request.flash, it simply shows that the way we have react.host right now, so it simply does the job. Simply redirects it to the login page. That's great. Is authenticated. Where is that? Is authenticated. Where have I saved it? Is authenticated. Okay. Is authenticated. It comes from the post. Where is that? Where is that? It really. Model.listing, I'm getting the listing. Model.review, I'm getting the reviews. From the schema, I'm getting the schema. From the express error, I'm getting the express error. What about request.is authenticated? This particular method. Interesting. I'll check this thing. Save redirect URL. It simply saves it in the locals. Response.locals and also that's all right. One more thing, let me even fix this thing. This redirect URL, wherever I have this so what I want that wherever I have this, sorry, I will be made a mistake right now recently. Redirect URL, just URL. And I want to replace everything with this, so it should be like this. At least right now I'm not getting any error, so this thing is okay. It's simply saving it into response.locals redirect to session not redirect URL, simply sends that. That's all right. Is owner, simply checks whether I'm the owner or not. Simply gets the ID. Where does it get the ID from? Request.params. That means I'm sending the ID in the parameters. Then there is something called is review author, checks whether that is review author not. Validate listing, simply validates the listing and all. Gets the path URL, file name, whatever, and listing.schema simply validates it for the listing especially. Lastly, I have validate review, simply validates the review. Review.validate, and then this. Ultimately, we are using joy over here, so that joy validation is taking place. These things I have in the middleware. Cloud config.json, cloud very simply, then connected it. Once it is connected, I'm actually saving the value. There is an easy way. This way you can also do that. There's a more easy way to just send the files to the cloud nowadays, so not a problem. First of all, creating the storage. Once the storage created, sending cloud link and storage and all, and then the things are happening over there. By the way, this thing I have already gone through. Views, interesting thing will happen over here. As soon as I restart it, server starts running. And when the server starts running, if I send the request to the listings, or if I send the request over here, user.router, okay, then I come here, okay. If that is a sign up request, then I am gonna check whether that is a get request or port request. If that is a get request, I'm actually rendering the sign up form. I'm doing nothing. I'm simply rendering that. That means everything, the front end as well as back end, both of them are running on the same port. And as per the request, if I got a get request for the sign up, so I will be rendering this particular sign up form. And this sign up form is inside the views and users or sign up. Where is this? User.controller, both of them are coming from the user controller. And this is the render sign up form. This is the user controller sign up. Let's go to the user controller and see how many things we have inside it. This is the combination of front end and back end, so it will definitely be bulky, really bulky, because usually it is not. It used to happen earlier, like we used to have front end back end the same place. So it's like I have a sign up controller over here. I have a render sign up form over here. So in the same page, I'm actually rendering the page, and as well as I'm actually signing up. So that's crazy actually, but okay, never mind. So if I just simply check this particular, so what is happening over here? Nothing. As soon as I get request over here, I'm simply rendering the users.signup and .ejs. By the way, response.render will simply render the EJS, and it is getting the EJS from here, user/signup.ejs. This is the path for that. So if I actually have a look, by the way, when it comes to the view folder, the view dir that I have over here, this is available directly because there is a configuration that I have made. And if I go to my app.js, if I go move upwards a little bit, more. Over here, what I'm saying that app.set views is equal to path dot. First of all, I'm setting a view engine. That's okay. And I'm simply views is equal to path dot name and dir views. Ultimately, views are gonna be directly available. As simple as that. And public. Okay, whatever there is inside public, they will be accessible as well. But when it comes to views, so this view folder is directly accessible, and that is why just by writing this much code over here inside users.js, just by writing user/signup.ejs, ultimately I'm able to get this particular page from here. Views users signup. This particular EJS form gets rendered. So ultimately, on the same route, I'm getting the get request as well as the post request. When I send the get request, I get the form. When I send the post request, I get the data sent, and then I sign up over there as well. Really good stuff. And by the way, things are pretty much simple here. I'm simply using normal CSS. I have this first input, then I have this second input, then I have this third input. Ultimately, password, email, and at the top username. So username, password, and email. As soon as I click on sign up, what happens? This is the form, and this form redirects me to /sign up. This is the first of all post method, and this redirects me to /sign up URL. Ultimately, it gets added at the end of the day. So ultimately, where do I get it? If I'm sending any request, browser works like a request fetcher, data fetcher. So if we just give it any URL, it simply sends the request, gets the data back, and shows us. Similarly, as soon as I enter this, a request, browser sent a request to that particular URL, and what is going to be the URL? Localhost 3000/signup, and that means I will get the request over here. I will get the request. I will handle the request with this particular route that I have over here, / and then if I go to inside the user, so the /signup is here. That means the request will come to this particular route, and as that is the post method, the request in this particular route post method will catch that request. And if I just click on this sign up, so what it gets? It gets the data. Ultimately, it gets the data from the of course form. And if we want to get the request.body from the form, we need to encode the data, and for encoding the data, I'm using the middleware over here. So this particular middleware, where is that? I should have it. I must have it over here. Without that middleware, it is not possible to encode the data directly. So let's check that. Views in, okay, here it is. Express.url extended true. So this particular middleware simply encodes the data that we get, and once the data is encoded, then only I can get the data in the request.body. Otherwise, data is not accessible by default. So that's what I'm getting over here. I got my data, then I'm checking whether the user exists or not. Once I checked that, I am if the new user is equal to new user email and this. Okay, what is this doing? New user, this is a class. Where am I getting this from? User. This is a model. Okay, it simply creates that. So if you give the values like this, new user and something, this is user is a model. If you make it new user and give it the value, it simply saves the values inside that. There is something like a new user dot create, if I'm not wrong. It must be like that. So even you can do this. This will work too. But if you are just making it like this, it works. I'm getting the new user. And await user dot register. What am I doing over here? Await. I have the user dot register. New user and password, registered user. What does this do? This must be a method that I have created. Interesting stuff. If request.login registered user, with the help of Mongoose, I'm actually handling the authentication as well. So when the user signs up, at that time let's go to the model as well. Where is the model? Here I'm inside the model. This is the user schema, really easy. And I'm using a plugin over here, that is passport local mongoose. So mongoose handles the sign up thing on its own, and this is the plugin that I have added. And once this plugin is added, because of this plugin only, I get user.register over here. And what it does, user, this is the model, I get the user.register, and it simply does something. It gets the new user that I have created, and it gets the password. And what it does, I'm signing up, I created the new user. Okay, then what am I doing? I'm getting this register method. Why am I getting it? Mainly because I'm using passport over here, and I have used that passport as a plugin password. This is the local mongoose, getting it from passport local mongoose. This is the plugin that I have added over here. So because of this particular thing, I'm getting this user.register over here. And once I got that, I'm giving it the new user that I have got, I'm giving it the password, and it simply makes sure that the user has been saved in the database with that particular password. So the thing is that when I talk about this model that I have over here, so inside this user model, I just have only email. What about the password? So when I'm using passport local mongoose, this automatically creates a field for the password. And when I call this particular method and I give the new user with the, of course, email and username and all, and I give it the password, it automatically creates two fields, first one for username, second one for password, and it saves the data from my own side. So either if I'm not using passport, I will have to add everything over here, and I will even have to hash the password. But when it comes to this passport local mongoose plugin, it simply does everything from its own side. That means we are good to go. Then not only this, in request it simply gives me the login, and I will give it the register user, and it will check whether the user is logged in or not. If the user is logged in, then I will not get the error, and if I get the error, of course I will say whatever. And request.login simply tells me that user is logged in, if it's gonna run, and ultimately it will redirect me to the listings, and that's it, and done. Wow. Ultimately, whatever I had to know, that I know right now. Like whenever we sign fill a form and we click submit, a request is sent to the to that particular action. What is the action? Action can be any particular URL. So whatever we are providing here, suppose I have the sign up page over here, this is the action that we have. As soon as we click on submit, the request goes to the URL, that kind of /signup page, the basic URL that we already have, the base URL plus /signup. The request goes there, and if something is running over there, it will catch that request and it will send the data back, response back. And if there is nothing running, so of course there's no use of doing that. Wow, amazing. By the way, as I have got my Airbnb, I will be adding more and more things in this one, and I will even make it the best one. I'm using normal raw CSS, raw JavaScript, EJS, and thank God I actually created it that time. Now I have the knowledge of EJS as well, how the things work. If I want, I can even make it better. So what else could be better than this? Then once sign up gets done, then let's go here. Okay. By the way, if you are working with EJS at that time, you can, knowing about Postgres is again, that is a plus point. I will be knowing more about that. So this thing is done, and then once the sign up is successful, I'm redirected to what? I'm redirected to /listings. Redirect, what is /listings? So /listings, and I have what inside that? Redirect /listings, that is okay, but what inside that? It never told me that. /listings, I have to redirect to that. That means /listings itself is a route. Okay, let's go to that particular route and see what happens over there. So if I go to /listings over here, so many things are here, /listings, and if I go here, by default, what I do by default, that is a get request, that is right, and I go to listing controller, and I just render this particular thing. That's okay. and if there is a post request, then this, of course I get the data using multer upload.single. Of course I'm using multer, that is why I'm using it over here. I'm validating the string and all, that is okay. But the thing is that, or I can say the good thing is that, as soon as I get data to /listing, this particular get method runs, and if I actually click on listing controller, and if I look at this, so index, so what I'm getting here, and first of all I'm getting all the listings from the database, and I'm rendering the form listing/index.js. If I go to listings and if I go to index.js, I'm actually sending all the listings over there that I got. That means inside this particular EJS page, I'm actually getting all my listings. And once I got all my listings over here, so how am I, just a sec, these things are just of no use, let's keep them beside. And here, first of all, these are the EJS, what are these, forgot the name, forget about that, just a sec. Already here we are, just sneezing thing. Let's go on. So using this for loop, first of all I'm getting all the listings over here. These are the, I forgot the name, what do we call it in EJS? There is a name for it. It's been 8 months, you can get the idea. People forgetting the things in 8 months. The thing is that I'm still able to recall the things. Good stuff in EJS. Embedded JavaScript. What is that? What is this? Script tags. So these are tags in EJS, so you can know more about these things. But these tags are used to run JavaScript code inside an EJS file. So if I actually have a look over here, so what you are doing, this is the HTML form, right? You are actually running this for loop inside that HTML form. So these EJS tags, they are actually used to actually run the JavaScript code inside the EJS file. As simple as that. I'm getting all the listings over here, and using all listings I can just simply go ahead and do the stuff. This is just simply layout, works the way I want. Okay, one thing that I have to change over here, remaining things I will be adding later on, that's not a big deal. One critical thing that is here, that is when I'm logged in, I'm still getting this sign up and login button, and what I want, that I should be getting a logout button. What is this? This is the nav bar. So let's go to that nav bar. That means I have to go to my layouts right now, and let's go to layouts, boilerplate, and inside this I'm happy. I never expected myself to be able to figure the things out that I actually did a year ago, but the thing is that I'm able to understand the things, and I'm happy for that. Thumbs up. This is the boilerplate code. First of all, I'm showing the nav bar. Then nav bar is inside, I'm including it. The nav bar is inside include. So let's go there. Let's click on the nav bar, and again over here, locals.current user I'm checking. I'm actually saving the user in the locals, that is right. If I have saved the user in the locals, that means I will be able to get the user anytime. That is right too. So on the basis of that, I already have this condition over here. But I'm saying that if locals.current user, if there is current user at that time, I will show this, really. If not locals.current user, I will show the sign up page and the login page, and if that is there, then I will be showing this page. Question is that locals.current user, that whenever I sign up, I set this value, that is right. So why is this? I think the value is not getting saved inside locals.current user. I thought I am not even doing that, but I already have this condition over here. That simply means one thing, that whenever I log in, at that time the value is not getting saved to locals. Let's check that login thing out. Let's go to controllers. I have inside users, and I'm gonna be checking this login page. Of course, here I'm just simply rendering the login page. That's okay. Redirect URL. Control D. Redirect URL. Okay. And what I can do, I'm just simply redirecting the redirect URL. So either I will get the URL, or I will just redirect to the listings. And what is the good thing over here, that is render login form. Okay, Render login form. I'm simply rendering the login form, and where am I saving the things? Render sign up form, that is okay. Sign up is happening over here, and as soon as I sign up, I just simply go there. Okay, login is happening over here, and what I'm doing that I'm simply checking this and this. Okay, login will happen in the middleware before even this. Where is the middleware? Let's go to routes first of all. Where are the routes? This is called MVC. MVC, yeah, MVC format and all, something like that. If I go to my route, where is that? Yeah, come on, users. If I try to send a post request, what happens over here? Save redirect URL. That first of all, I'm saving that particular URL. How am I saving that particular URL? Simple. I'm getting the URL. Once I got the URL, I'm actually saving that particular URL in the locals. If I save it in the locals, that will be accessible everywhere. That is why I'm saving them in the locals. And not only that, the thing is that request.session.redirect URL. First of all, I'm getting the URL using this. The main reason behind saving it in the locals is that whenever login gets done successfully, at that time Postgres automatically Postgres or post, what is that? What is the name of it? Passport, yeah. So passport automatically clears the session, and that is why we need to save it in the locals. And when we are actually saving it in the locals, that is always accessible. As simple as that. That never gets cleared until unless we do it knowingly. So this is done. Then passport.authenticate. Because I'm using passport, user is being authenticated automatically. So passport.authenticate, I'm giving it local. That is, it has to be authenticated locally, and authenticates as local. And this is the method that I have over here. Where is that? Request.is authenticated. As per that, this is coming from the request itself, so I don't need to worry about that. And because I'm using passport, and that is why that is coming from the request.is authenticated and all. Passport simply checks authenticate the user. How does the passport get the login, like body and all? It is the passport job. It will handle everything on its own, and then it simply lets us know that okay, whether that's successful or not. If that's successful, I simply, if that is failure, I redirect to the login page. If that succeeds, I simply send it to user.login, and this simply redirects me to the listing page. Simple, easy peasy. One thing, where am I saving response.locals? I think over here. Save redirected URL, response.locals. Just a sec. How can I log out from here? I'll have to delete the cookie. Logic is right, it is just not working. That means the user is not getting saved the right, like locally it's not getting saved the right way. I can even check one thing out properly. The good thing of using VS Code or any editor, that you can just click Ctrl+Shift+F and you can say response, or not like that, response.locals, and then you will get it where all it has been used. So error current user, this is it. Where am I saving it? Whenever, okay, so login, this takes place over here. So response.locals, let's even check this thing out properly. Current user and the locals redirect URL, error success. Okay. Ultimately, everything is on the main page only. So let's go through the things first of all. Oh, we don't. What is happening over here? What is this? Main. Then this, and then this. What is main? Main is this. What is happening inside main? I'm connecting to MongoDB. Great. Okay. This is not the best way to connect it to MongoDB, but okay, it works fine so far. I can actually keep the MongoDB inside this particular when I actually start running my Express server, but never mind. I connect it to MongoDB. What happens after that? These things I'm setting for mainly EJS file. Even the thing is that if you go without them, it still works. I just tried it a year ago. It was working, but if it is not working, you can just set the engine and all. and these things are okay. You must know about that. Method overriding, I'm using it so that form can send a post and patch request and delete request. By default, a form can only send a get request and post request. If you want to send a post request, delete request, patch request, put request, you will have to use method overriding. Then we have a EJS engine. This is really important if you want to use EJS, so you will have to use this engine. EJS is equal to EJS mate. Well, this is not even important. EJS mate, where is this coming from? I'm getting EJS mate from here. EJS mate. Okay. This is for extra thing. What is that extra functionality? Normally EJS can work directly. This EJS mate just does some extra thing. How can I know that? Register the given template engine callback function as extra. By default will require the engine based extension. For example, if you try to render for engines that do not provide express or the box if you wish to map different extensions to template engine, you may use this method. For example, HTML require EJS. It does something. I forgot. EJS mate, because you can use EJS without EJS mate, but if you are using EJS mate, it actually does something else. Okay, security. Okay, forget about it. Express for layout partial block. Layout, yeah, it helps you to make the layout. By default, if you are just simply using EJS, that means you will just have that EJS file. And if you are using EJS mate, that means you will be able to create a boilerplate, and with the help of that boilerplate, you will be able to organize the things better. And because of that thing, only this particular thing is used. As simple as that. Sorry, I'm actually suffering from sneeze. Okay, done. So the info, the knowledge is just one click away. Do that. Then we are using this Mongo store, MongoDB URL, crypto and all. I get that Mongo store. Then after that store.on, if there is an error, I am getting the error. I have these session options, so I give it the store. I am doing all these things because of course I am using passport because of that thing. Otherwise it could be even simpler, so don't worry. Secret process.env, we receive initialize cookie option, it sends gets everything done. Then app.use session options. So ultimately I'm using these session options. Where is this session coming from? This session is coming from passport session. Session. Okay, this session is coming from Express, and then that session will be given to passport. So I got this session, and I'm actually keeping these options inside this, and I have this store, and this store came from here, Mongo store.create, MongoDB, and all these things. So I got my store. I even checking that whether I'm getting the error or not. Then I got my session options. Once I got my session options, so I'm actually giving this session to the app.use. Excuse me. Then Flash is simply used for messages. Suppose the way we have React hot toast in React, the same way this Flash is used directly when you are working with AJS, just for showing the messages, not a big deal. And passport.initialize, once I have initialize the session, once I have given the session value, then I am actually initializing the passport, and I'm giving that passport.session. I'm calling passport.session, and this passport.session automatically uses the session in config whatever that we use in past. That means MongoDB for that. What was that? Mongo store. And where is this Mongo store coming from? This Mongo store comes from, double click. Bad. Don't double click. Never ever double click. Let's go to the top. Okay, this Mongo store is coming from Connect Mongo. What is this Connect Mongo? This connector. So there's something MongoDB you already know. We use Mongo's ORM. Connect Mongo is used as a session for that particular MongoDB, and all. You can read more about that. These are the things that I actually remember 8 months back, 8 months after, not back. So yeah. So let me just give me a second. I'll be back. Let me freshen up. Suffering from this, so I need to take care of that thing. Alrighty, let's continue. Gonna be great, by the way. Come on, mosquito. They need to be killed. They want to be killed by me, actually. I hope I'm audible right now. I must be, actually. So this was it, actually, about it. Mainly, will you not stop bothering me? Seriously? Okay, so here we are, and what we are doing actually over here, the most important. Come on, can I collage this? Can I collage this? So first of all, I'm initializing passport, then I'm setting the session to that particular passport. So these are the middlewares actually. Once I have said that, then passport.new local strategy. Again, passport is handling the local authentication, not the Google authentication or anything else, just the local one. So user authenticate. What is this user? User is the model, if I'm not wrong. User equal model.user, yeah. So user is the model, and then it simply authenticates the data. As simple as that. Whenever you call login, it simply gets the user, and as soon as it gets the user, it simply authenticates that. Once it authenticates that, then you serialize and deserialize the data and all. That is okay. And what do you do at the end of the day? You simply set the values, and the values are here. That request.locals.success is equal to success false, and locals equal to request.user. Okay. These things happen at the end of the day. That means first of all, I handle the request. I need to know more about passport. I don't know it well, but ultimately it simply checks whether the user is authenticated or not. So whenever I get a sign up request, then I sign up, and when I sign up, at that time I use that user.register, then it goes to that particular authentication thing, passport thing, and then it simply authenticates me, and simply done. It gets done from here on. And when I try to login form, and then over here it simply automatically checks passport.authenticate and all, and the job is done. Having said that, it doesn't mean I don't need to know, but overall I know, and that should be enough for now. There's only one problem, that is this, that whenever I'm saving the value users app.js, over here what I'm doing, that app.use request response in next, and these are the middlewares. That means these middlewares runs even before the request reaches here. That is right. Response.local.current user, request.user. Initially there is no user, so no user will be set over here. It will always run whenever I send the request. The next time onwards, the user is gonna be set to the request. Where am I setting the user to a request? Whenever the user logs in, at that time. So user logs in over here, post request, passport.authenticate, and this particular thing happens, and passport is handling this thing, login, okay. These are the methods that we get. And do we get user as well? We get the user in the request as soon as login succeeds. But the question is, if I'm actually getting the user over here, let's check this thing out. I wanna just check this thing over here. CLG response.locals locals.current user. Will I get the value? not running. Trashed. Response is not defined. Okay. What can I do? First of all, I'm setting it over here, so it should work as expected. That means that particular this middleware is not running. Okay. Response to local current user. If it is not running, that means there is no value. So if I actually have a look at that, response.local current user. Map.rtgs locals.current user. So I should be able to get the locals.current user instead of getting that directly. Let's go to app.js. CLG. Can't I get locals directly over here? Locals.current user. Current user is gonna be this. App crashed. Should I be live or not? I mean, it's crazy. It's 53. Okay, last thing I can check this, that I'm not getting it here. That's okay. I need to go through my notes, of course, to understand this stuff and all. I will do that even. That's not a big deal. The simple thing is this, that inside this nav.js, I'm getting this thing. I want to check one thing, that EJS tag else if how about this? What does this do? Tag output value console.log locals dot current user. Should be fine. I mean, this is how it works, right? Reload the page. I'm not able to log this value. This value will be visible over there, just at the top, under Airbnb or home. And as I'm logging it, reload the page. This does not appear over here. What does this do? No data, am I facing the network issue? How am I using the data? You should just render the things over here. Just a sec. Mail in the show.js, you should be just giving that this is the way it's actually works. stdistinct.title, so I should be able to get it there as well. So let's try to do that. Navbot.js, and over here what I want that I want to show something at the top, just beside this. That's gonna be just a div, normal div, and it will have some value inside this. So listing, not listing actually, just locals dot current user. Why am I not getting any result over there? If I just use hi, this hi comes there, but the value of this never comes. That means it does not exist, or it is undefined. How about type of this? Undefined. Wow. Why? Well, this is something that I need to just dig deeper. Like, the thing is that locus dot current user, that is undefined, and as long as that is undefined, of course I will not get the right result. Never mind, this can be done later on. The most important thing was to understand how it works and all, and I got that. This is a bug in this code. I need to go through it all and just understand the stuff and all, then it can be just resolved. That is not a big problem, that can be done easily, so not worried about this thing much. Well, finally I got it here. Thank God I had the code online. Now we can just remove this Airbnb from here. I don't even need this thing right now. Later on I will just get it from GitHub and then I will work on it. I'll make it even better. I'll add more features, maybe iStuff and all. That will be good. Okay, so this much is good. I was actually learning about Next.js. Then I ended up learning this thing. Then I ended up doing this thing. Okay, let's learn about Next.js form. Close this. Close this. Okay. Just a minute. one more thing, everybody. That was it actually in Next.js today. As for the form, I will be learning that thing tomorrow. And the thing is that I don't even need to work on that Paytm application because I don't know the authentication yet. So it's time to learn the Next.js properly, cover everything as soon as possible, then switch to that Paytm, then learn the debug section and all. Next-gen is gonna be the first priority, and then the remaining things are gonna be coming. So I hope I will be able to complete the Next.js chapter as soon as possible. It's at 1 right now, so I'll be back actually just after a minute or something. Then I'll continue from here on. Like I'll be learning more things about Next.js, mainly that form thing. I'll be back. Alrighty, here we are. Let's continue to learn about Next.js forms. Okay, the good thing is that when we suffer from sneeze or something, at that time we should have a lot of water. Today I had the water the least. Alrighty, so let's close all these things. Okay, I need to refresh it. Why do I need to refresh it? So that other people should not be able to use it. Password. It's been refreshed. Never. Let's close this now. Okay. Let's get rid of this thing. Right now I'm not gonna go deep into that. W3 is cool. Okay, accept it. There's one thing that in this particular section, what it says that if we have input boxes, what it does that it redirects me to that particular page. That is okay because that page exists. That is good. It actually adds those things as query parameters, like query ABC. So the name, because in Next.js it does not have any way. Either I use any function and I can get the value over there of this, or it makes the input boxes as query parameters and they are gonna be there. Does that mean whatever I enter that will be a query parameter? That is really bad thing. I would not want this thing. Let's see, by the way, I'll be digging deeper into it and then I'll know about it more. Okay, so what else can we do? We have action, we have replace, we have scroll, we have prefetch methods. These are just the methods. There's one thing that when we talk about the forms over here in HTML, at that time we have forms like these, and if we just add the values, how do they get added? Your input was received as this. Okay, PHP. If I have page like HTML form, how will the values be appended in the URL in every situation? Suppose I'm trying this one out, and instead of using this PHP over here, I just don't use anything like hashtag. What will happen? Run it and submit it. The file you asked for does not exist. Okay. I had better create a form like where am I? Module 7 next server actions. Okay, let's go with this one. I will be creating index.html over here. Index.html. And the simple boilerplate, a simple form application. Form action is gonna be slash sign up maybe. Inside form I have input box, so input is gonna be simple this, and I will have button will be submit of course. Okay, if I make it live, if I add anything, click submit, it gets like this. Okay, and it doesn't, it simply becomes the part of the URL. No, it is the body. In the action becomes the part of the URL. Okay, and what about the body that I said? That does not become the part of the URL. But when it comes to Next.js, whatever inputs we have, sorry, that particular input becomes the part of URL, especially with that particular form, actions that we use. So we have action everywhere, even here. And when it actually becomes the part of the URL, that is what I want. I want to check mainly. So this thing works like this. Okay, we have text radio, checkboxes. This is the form that I have. Let's try this one out as well. Ultimately the things inside it. Let's keep it on the right side, and let's keep this particular thing on the left side like this, and even the particular URL that was running, this one, control C, cut it, and let's paste it here. this is how we are gonna be going through the things. Let's close this one, even not this one. Okay, so if I just keep this particular thing here, just this much. Now that, Control C, Control V. Okay, if I just check the result out right now, and if I need to have a button is going to be submit. Okay, and if I just enter the values over here, this one and this one, what happens? Oh, they get added. F name, F years, and this. Why? Why are they getting added now? And do I want that to happen? Mainly because I have the name over here. Is that the reason? If I remove the name, I will not want my password to be appended like that. That means I can stop this thing as well, some way or the other. Let's remove the ID first of all. I think this is ID is what is the use of the ID. Reload the page, submit it. So because of the name it gets added over there. If I remove the name, then what will happen? It still gets added. Wow. Reload it. Now it doesn't get added. That simply means that if I have the name, the value is going to be ID. Second one is gonna be what is this? First now F name, and the second one is the L name. Reload the page. Let's one step backward. Reload it right now. Things are added, so this is not something new. This thing has been happening since the beginning. Okay, just a sec. Alrighty. So the question is that when I actually submit any form, does it happen over there as well? Time to revise the things. Okay. Where are my notes? Web by अपना college. Anyway. Okay. Where are the forms? Static positions now. Media query is break. It's okay. Where is the form thing? Just a minute. Will I just keep scrolling like this? Then I'm gone. Reload the whole page. Can I make it? What the hell? Suffering too much actually. Yeah. Can't really do anything. Why can't it make it? This is crazy. I should be able to make it larger, but I'm not able to do that. Great. So web design, personal introduction, documented ISBM, jQuery. Do I need to go through it like this only? List, multiple pages, introduction, CSS. Where is the form? What can I do? Yeah. Seriously, everybody is just after me. भाग जा भाई, मैं बहुत मारेगा. मर रहा है क्या मेरे? भाग गया. Come on, sorry. Mosquito was bothering me. Okay, so this is the thing that's happening over here. Multiple pages. Okay, got it. Introduction, CSS properties, advanced CSS, flexbox, gradle, bootstrap, web design, personal site, collective UI, daily UI, JavaScript. Okay, documentation, the DOM. Okay, DOM. So far, I haven't worked with the backend. Yeah, Simon, the Unix. Okay, backend with the Node.js. So this is where the backend starts. I need to create a backend and work with EJS directly right now, because if I don't do it, I'll have the confusion over and over. And this needs to be done as quick as possible. This is all about Node.js. Express with backend. This starts over here. Index.js file, initialize, npm install. Well, at least I have the steps over here, so that's gonna be good job. Then I will be using EJS over there, and this is how it's gonna be going on. This is the code that I have. Status. This can be easily done, by the way. This is what I'm actually using Express to create. That's not a big deal. The good thing will be not even here. This is not what I want. Postman. Wow, this is what I wanted. So HTML page / login that I have, and once I created the form, then what will happen? Custom middleware. Where will I even create the form? I don't have that. Of course, in an HTML form. How to log in middleware? Morgan DIY. Express, next, hello world, send hello world. Okay, so what am I doing over here? First of all, I initialize that, then I'm using a URL input through. That's great. Then I'm simply checking the password and all. Morgan on send the file /check and this. So this particular section is running. I have my form and I have my database. The database is requesting the particular request sent from that application, and then sending the response, if I'm not wrong. So that's gonna be equals to import dir name path v.ejs. Am I using ejs over here? Password check, simply checks the password. No, that's okay, not a problem. Problem is I do not have proper code for it. Okay, where will I have it? Proper code for it. projects. Udemy, web by Angela. Which lesson? Lesson is gonna be 24. Backend. I hit the script. Wow, amazing. So what I want over here, let's open all those ones. I don't need these. Let's delete these or have these, that doesn't really matter. Let's open everything, try to understand the stuff. First one is Express server. I have index.ts file over here, and I created the Express. I'm simply running that. Easy peasy. Close this. In the second one, I have the index.ts file. I created the Express. I'm simply doing this much, sending the hello world and all. That's also fine with this much. That's not a big problem. Close this. In the third one, Postman. I'm again creating this. Okay, let's practice using Postman. Make sure your server is running with a node amount, and then test the 5 different node below, blah 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 blah. Okay. Date register. Angela. Okay, ultimately these things are also okay. Middleware. This is the first file. Ultimately, I'm learning about middleware over here. Send a file. I'm sending the HTML file. And when I submit, there is a request called /submit, and I get the request.body because I use this. Gonna be great. Get your hands ready to get dirty. In the second one, I'm doing this. In the third one, I'm actually using logo. That's okay. I need to get my hands dirty. This is the HTML file. What am I doing over here? First of all, alrighty, here we are. And okay, dir name file path URL, that is okay. Band name generator / simply renders this file, the index.html that I have over here. Where is the index.html? Inside the public folder. Where is the public folder? Here. This is the index file that I have. This is a simple form that I have. Submits this. Let's run it. First of all, I'll have to install. I already have the things installed. What I want to do is to run this particular file. How about creating it on my own? And then I can learn about EJS and all, and that thing can be done too. Secret projects. Let's check this thing out. By the way, as soon as I send the request, it receives the request, and once it receives the request, it simply tells me the band name. And how do I get the band name? Request dots. Okay, I get the things from the request dot and the band name is generated. Everybody is suffering from sneeze. Amazing. So this is how it's done ultimately. the question is, if I just run it right now, ls cd, this is the benefit of having the code of the previous classes, or at least having a note that you can actually go back and then run everything. What I can do that node mon and index.js4, this one, let's run this particular file right now. It is running on 3000 port, and what is happening over here, if I just go there, the particular index.html file will be submitted, and then okay, amazing, let's do it. 3000 port, localhost 3000 slash, that is it. Here I'm inside this. If I just enter the value, itma just name, street name, itma maybe item street name, itma pet name. Let's run this particular form. Right now only this one is running. Reload it and enter the thing, submit it, slash submit, submit. Make it a get page. Just a sec, hang on, something important. Remove this thing from here, and now check it out. Oh, not this. Reload the page or enter the things. Wow, crazy stuff. This made me stuck here. Just a minute. All right, here we are back. Sorry, I'm actually suffering right now. So, excuse me just for today. I will try to get well as soon as possible. The thing is that, pretty simple thing. How can I even miss this thing? The thing is that here, if you are using a normal, if you are using form directly and the method is get by default. So if I try to make the method get over here, method, and the method is get not like this, rather like this. So if the form of method of the form, that is get, everything will be like query parameters. So everything will be visible in the URL. So if I just simply have a look at this, go back, and if I just reload the page and enter the values over here and submit the form, I'm getting this thing: street is equal to fds, pet is equal to fds, fd, whatever. That means when the method is get, you get everything in the URL. Even if you enter your password is going to be there on the URL. And the best way to avoid this is to make your method post. So if I actually make my method post over here, post, I will not get them there. So if I again come back, if I reload my page, if I just enter the values over here, and if I just make it post, it's saying that slash submit does not exist. That is okay, but I am not getting the either. Okay. Sorry, let me do one thing. वापस आते हैं और दोबारा आगे बढ़ते हैं. अभी यह तो होता ही रहेगा. So a slash submit does not exist. That is again a problem. And what can be the solution to this particular thing? Directly, if you are just creating a form page and if you are just simply running, that does not exist on that particular port. So if I just check out the port, so if I just submit it right now, it's simply saying that slash submit does not exist on this particular port. That is right. So what I can create, I can actually create a database like a Express server, backend server, and from there I can render this one, render this HTML file, and then that particular port will be available, and then I will be able to get the request and all. Simple easy peasy thing. And this is actually amazing. So what should I do right now? The doing is pretty simple. I'm going to create a normal form. Okay, first of all I'll make it get, then I'll get everything on the top, and then I'll actually create a backend and all, and then get the things done just for testing purpose. So let's do it. What do I want to do right here? Close everything, close this thing. Ultimately I have got to know what I wanted to know. Even I have to revise my notes anyway. So the pretty simple thing is going to be this, that what is this right now? This is where I created this. Never mind, let's remove this. And how do we send the files? We send the files directly, right, using the path that's gonna be inside public, that will be available inside public. But ultimately overall things are clear, but it's better to do it so that things are clearer if we do it. CD backwards ls mkdir backend with HTML file, CD backend with HTML file, ls code. Let's open it in the current directory. What can we do now? Pretty simple stuff. That is how the things were done there over here. Let's go inside this. We have something called public. We created it on our own and we initialized it. If we have a look at this, so we have to create public thing, and then I can use this thing. Okay, and inside public I will keep everything, and I'll be getting them from the public. For that thing I will have to have dir name. Can I make public publicly available? That is right, I can make that. And how can that be done? If I want to make public publicly available, so let's check that thing out too. Maybe and add.js. Okay, here it is. Express.static pass.join dir name plus this. How will I get the dir name? Like at the top you can get it easily. There must be a way. Like if you are over here, I'm using require. So dir name is going to be this. I think you already get a dir name while using this import statement. So if you are using ES module, so you will get it directly. Otherwise here you will have to create that. So where am I creating it actually? Or am I getting it directly? Let's check this thing out. Control F. Okay, a dir name. Am I getting it at the top? No, I'm not getting it at the top. That means I have to create it here. I get it directly over here using the require module, common.js, and but when it comes to ES module, so I have to get it. That is something that I have to keep in mind. Never mind, I can get it done. And once I actually do that, so I can actually make it public using this. So it will be publicly available. That means I can easily get it. Okay, that's great. So if index.file is inside that, I will be able to get that. Let's try to do it right now. So the first thing that I'll be doing, npm init y for all. This is the code and package.json. I have this particular file, and inside this I will be creating src. Inside this I will have something called index.js, and I will install npm Sneeze, never suffer from it, otherwise you are gone. And npm install express. Just for checking purpose I am doing it. Just want to make sure that I know how the things work. Once I got my express, let's create a, why am I using ts? I should be using ts file. ts file npm install TypeScript as a dependency. Okay, do it. Okay, TypeScript is installed. Then what is the next thing? npx tsc init. I got this ts config file. What can I do right now? For the first time I will be actually using express backend with the html file, and of course there's gonna be html file, there's gonna be the express server, and they are gonna be both of them connected with the TypeScript. Then I will introduce EJS as well over here. I'm gonna be using all. Why not? It's been long time with this particular format, but it's gonna be great. So let's get a file first of all properly. Express one more thing. Import, not like this. Package.json, is this common.js? Yeah, let's make it module. And right now I import express. That's gonna be from express, and then const env file. I need to have that as well. Const app is equal to express. Something interesting is gonna happen today. That's amazing. How about the port number? So const port is gonna be equals to process.en. What the hell? Process. What can I do? What does this mean? Type of express. Okay. npm install as dev dependency at the types/express, and at the types/node. Install both of them. This thing is done, and I should not be getting that error anyway. By the way, let's go ahead. Process.env.port, or if I'm not getting anything, that's gonna be 3000 by default. Okay, and let's simply run it app.listen. It will be listening on this particular port, and clg server is running on port. Why not? Server is running on port. Server is running on http //localhost on the port number that I had. I can just simply run it, by the way, before even doing that. Let's write some script. First of all, that's gonna be build script for building this stuff. How am I going to build it? Simple tscb. It will just simply build it. And how about the start script? So start is gonna be equals to node dist / index.js. Simple. And one more thing, I need to have dev over here, and I will be running it on the with the help of the nodemon. Like keep checking the things. So I am using nodemon so that I don't have to restart the server again and this.index.js, something like this. So this thing is done. Next thing, what? Let's run it for now. Any problem here? No. So let's run npm run dev. Okay, first problem. It's saying that module not found. Index.js. Yeah, I need to build it. Sorry, before even this, I need to build it. So npm run build, and crazy. Sorry for that. Let's run it again. npm run build. Okay, it's building. It's even done. What the? Why did it stop? Nodemon dist index.js. It has to run that particular file. And this is the file that is created. And with the help of the port number, ultimately it will be running on What is the problem? Why am I not able to run that? Node dist slash index.js. Now that's running. What happened previously? Especially when I was running that dev command. So npm run build and node mon dist index.js should work fine. So npm run dev. Right now that is running. How about if I remove the dist file again and so now npm run dev. Well, right now that's running. Something happened initially, don't know what. Something happened actually. So just a minute. Suffering from stage really terribly. Can't really do anything. Just a sec. Well, never expected myself to suffer from sneeze this much, but as I'm suffering right now, so don't really have any other option except keep suffering. Okay, let's continue. So what I want to do next, okay, this much is done. Index, the main file is gonna be dist slash index.js. This thing is done. I can just close this thing too from here. And what is the next thing that I need to do? First of all, app.get. Whenever I go to any main page, at the time, or it can be sign up page as well. Sign up, request, response, and next of course, and I'll be sending response.sender. And that's gonna be signing up, something like that. Let's try this thing out. Click on this. Well, I'm not getting anything. That is the sign up page, of course. Even I can have the simple get route for the request response. Why am I not able to type well? Response.sender. Root path, whatever. Let's try this thing out, reload the page, and I'm not doing that here. I'm just simply sending it. Will I have to start it again? But as I'm using Node.js, so I should not be doing that. But let's see. Yeah, wow. If I make it a root path 1 2 3, I'm using Node.js, so why am I having to just reload it? Even reloading does not work. I'll have to restart the server. The simple question is this, that okay, building, I need to build the files. Building needs to be done. Why did I even start using JavaScript then? Sorry, TS over here. When it comes to TS, so it doesn't matter whether you are using Node.js or not. You will actually have to build the file, then only you will see the result. Okay, let's directly run the ts.index.ts. How can I directly run that? How to run the ts files directly? There is something called ts node. I'll have to install that. npm install ts node as a dev dependency. Once I have that installed, so instead of building that, I will simply be running in the development mode mainly ts node, and that's gonna be source slash index.ts. Let's see what happens this time. npm run dev, simple thing. Nothing happened or what? Come on. Unknown extension file.ts. अरे भाई इतना unknown मत बनाओ. File not found. Okay, this thing is causing the issue. Let's see how is this even used. So come on, yeah. I don't know how long I'll be suffering. npx.ts node and then that particular file. Okay, or I can install it the dependency mode. Once I have that, I should be able to run that. So can I run it like this? ts node and src/index.ts unknown. Why am I getting that? Just a sec. Let's continue. I'll keep taking these mini breaks, especially as long as I'm suffering. Okay, source TS node. Doesn't this work this way? Come on. So many things I'm suffering. I'm studying and this mosquito is coming to me. npm install tsx. Okay, npx tsx your file.ts. Why is this ts node is not working? npx lets you run it. Okay, let's try to do this. npx ts node, don't know whether it will work on source/index.ts. Same thing. It's saying that unknown file extension.ts. Why am I getting this? TS node is used only for that, right? So it should not be that problematic. Then I can install tsx. Let's even do that. Not this one. Where's the my file? Here. Oh, sorry. What did I do? Close this. npm install tsx as dev dependency, and then let's see what happens after that. And that's installed. So tsx src/index.ts. ls that is tsx npx your file. They are unable to run the files. Wow. Or I am not able to make them run the files. If you are in node, later simply run. Node will node work directly? Node src/index.ts. The crazy thing is that it's simply saying that it is unknown. Okay. Why am I getting this here? Especially when I'm running with ts node src/index.ts and I'm getting this particular error. So what is the reason behind that? I'm already suffering and these errors are making me suffer more. I should just call it a day right now. Especially because of suffering, I cannot really continue. That's enough for now. Let's exit it. As for this thing, I will get it done tomorrow. That's not a big deal. I will start even from here on. Overall, I got the things that yeah, you can. The thing is that I started using TypeScript over here. Because of that thing, it even got more trickier. It even got trickier, but that's not a big deal. And if I remove the TypeScript, of course, I will not face the issue and all, because JS file can easily be done. But the thing is that I want to use the TypeScript, then I want to use the index.html with that. That means I have my HTML files in the same backend. I have my backend code as well. Then that backend code actually rendering that HTML file, and then I will be using even EJS, and using that even it's just getting the things done. So this is the plan for now. Let's see how the things are gonna be going on, but it will definitely be fun doing that. The bad thing is that I'm actually suffering right now. I hope I'll get cured. I'll make sure that I have something or the other that cures me tonight, and from tomorrow onwards I'll simply continue with this particular thing. For now, what is the next thing? That is the Python, right? So let's learn something or the other about Python as well. Basic. Doesn't matter whether you learn Next.js or React. Doesn't matter, you know big things. If you just forget the small things, you will get stuck badly, like I got stuck today. I was learning about forms on Next.js. Then I came to learn about forms on HTML, and then I actually started learning how to render the form like HTML code using your backend, and now using EJS. So it's really good to have the base clear, and that's gonna help you a lot. By the way, I'm gonna be catching up just after 6 minutes or something. I'm suffering right now, so really can't continue, but I will definitely be catching up in 6 minutes to learn Python together. So take care, and I'm gonna be catching up soon.